Good morning from down under, everyone. My name is Romance Blitz, and we're continuing our Let's Play of Rogue Trader, Lex Imperialis DLC, and Void Shadow DLC. Um, so this should be part 79 in the series. For the most part, what I understand, based on achievements, I'd say we're done with the DLCs, and now we're just finishing up the game. We're going to start off with Argenta's quest, which is called Driven. And then hopefully as we get around to doing hers, Pascal will bug us about his quest. And then I guess that may be it. Then we will do a round of companion talking on the boat to see if there's anything new. Then we'll go and continue the quests for the main story. So we'll get straight into it. So let's offer a toast up to the algorithm priest. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you've been enjoying the series. And let's get straight into it. I want to talk to you about what you learned on the assault during Euphrates 2.
Of course. Do you remember the first days of the attack? When we captured one of the heretic commanders? He burned so brightly you could have seen him from anywhere on the battlefield, I'm sure. But what is most important is what he told us before his execution. The heretic was one of Conrad Voigtfir's closest henchmen, and he revealed, screaming through the pain, what I had wanted to know for so long. The markers of the route to Salis Prime. The world my heart calls to. The heretics of the Final Dawn tried all they could to stop us, but they failed.
Okay. So I guess we just gotta wait for that. So what I'll do actually is have a quick look at
Rogue
someone.
trader.
No.
You...
Ufa.
Let us raise our cups at Fatar, in honor of deeds accomplished and in expectation of those yet to come.
So now that you know where you brothers were heading, what will you do now?
Help you to deal with the enemies who besieged your home, and then head for the coordinates that Thorvald gave me. Well, I know, Edfater, that you are dauntless, and if I but say the word, you will join me in my seeking. But the place I will voyage to is a perilous one. Few can survive in it, and though duty leads me there, I do not want my debt to be paid with your blood.
If you're willing to talk about yourself now, I'm listening.
It is wise to hide one's past from a stranger, but shameful to hide it from a friend. Ask away.
How did you become an Astartes?
I was a seafarer. Every spring we would go out onto the world sea and slay many armed krakens and ravenous sea drakes. And then the season of fire would come, and we would dock on Asaheim to battle for our clan's right to inhabit that land. I was young, but already fierce, and facing down foes twice my size. The chooser of the valiant, who had watched the fateful battle from the cliffs, deemed me worthy and took me to the Fang for healing. My clan was proud. I spent years in training before I passed through the dreaded gate of Mordkai, bowed on the runestones before both his heads, and walked into the Valley of Dreams. As for what I saw there, do not ask me. That is between me and the Death Wolf. The Rune Priest scoured my soul, but found it untouched by corruption. I returned, and I partook of the cup of Wolfen. The Canis Helix entered my blood, and the agony of transformation changed my body to resemble that of a beast. And my mind was drowned in the dark depths of bloodlust. My return from the dark was long and cost me greatly. When I stood in the hall at the Fang once more, the Rune Priests imbued my body with the remaining gene seed and implanted the necessary organs. But those trials were nothing compared to what I had already endured.
What happened in your final trial?
When I overcame the darkness of Wolfen in my soul, I set out for the Fang. Every neophyte must undergo a hunt during this journey. One might fight a fearsome wolf, another a sly snow worm. I crossed paths with a doppelgrendel, a cunning and rancorous spirit. For 5 days and nights did we bring our wits and wrath to bear in battle. The spirit changed its guise, but in the end, I gouged out its eyes. Fleeing, it hissed a curse. Nowhere would I find an honorable death, vowed the creature. My saga came to an abrupt and inglorious end, like a noble banner moldering and fraying at the edge. When I made my return to the Fang, clutching that crushed eye, the Rune Priest looked at me, and his face grew grim. But he said not a word, save to confirm my victory.
Do you believe the creature's curse holds any power?
Everything on Fenris has power. I have fought in 100 battles, and suffered 100 injuries. Even wolves are not certain to survive such grievous maiming. But I always survived. And with each new victory, my thoughts took a darker turn. What if I truly am destined never to die with honor? What if my death will be foolish and inglorious? Each time I bury a brother, I secretly envy him.
But what if it's not a curse but a gift of long life and many great exploits?
A gift straight from the Seven Hells! What is the valor of a deathless warrior worth? Where is greatness in the exploits of one who shrinks from death? When the wolf time comes, and my fallen brothers march into the final battle, where will I be? Sitting alone in the Fang beside a fire that went out long ago? The ages weigh heavily on my hands and heart, and one day I will be too tired and feeble to wake up and rush into the fray. What will they call me then? Ulfar, who slept through the battle? Ulfar, Mordekai's unwanted.
You subject your recruits to heinous trials, why?
The path of Astartes leads into the fangs of horror. Any threat that can be endured by the mind is one that mortals can handle. But we are needed where the unthinkable begins to happen. Things that understanding cannot help to bear. Things that, once beheld, turn minds into bubbling, pulsating dreck. An ordinary man who encounters this evil will go mad with despair. But we are incapable of feeling fear. It is simply not in our nature. Instead, we feel unbearable rage. We must select the neophytes who will look into the eyes of the unthinkable and roar. That is why we need our trials.
I see.
Many times I have heard the clicking of Mordekai's fangs next to my ear. But I have never allowed him close enough to sink them into my rump.
I want to know more about your pack.
We call ourselves the Baleful Howl, and our sign is known to all wolves. We are old wolves who have seen much and endured much. This is the Great Black Mane Wolf, patron of slayers and totem of our great company, the Black Manes. All know that we are fearsome and hungry for the struggle of war, that we are cunning, deadly, and show no mercy. Speak our name, and thunder rolls. Even among the brothers, my pack are counted as the most rabid glory hunters. When we were young, we knew no taboos or limits to our pride. Years passed, and suddenly we are veterans. But our avaricious hunger for exploits is undimmed.
Tell me about the path in the walls.
A complete accounting of all my deeds would land like an avalanche upon you. I earned this mark of endurance when I slew a chieftain of an Eldari tribe. He dealt me a serious injury, and the wolf priest said I would not survive it. But it has not killed me yet. 2 years I lay in a delirium after that battle. When I awoke on Fenris, I set out for the wastes at once. And there I hunted a black-maned wolf and killed it with my bare hands. For that feat, I was granted the rank of Wolf Guard. That fearsome beast remains with me to this day, and I carry his furious spirit. And Jarl Ragnar carved this one when I beheaded a despicable sorcerer, the archdespot of Tyrannica II. Many brothers fell victim to him, and we do not sing that saga before mortals, for the preservation of their minds. Alas, I failed to behold my own glorious deed. My eyes streamed with blood, and I hunted down the sorcerer by scent alone. And of my glorious victories, there are many more besides. Not for nothing did the Jarl grant me the accolade of Terminator.
I have noticed your penchant for poetry.
Before becoming an Astartes, I dreamed of becoming a skald, a keeper of stories. At feasts, I often sing of my brother's exploits. Thousands are stored in my memory. When I am near, wolves fight even more ferociously, for they know their deeds will be immortalized. One of the tech priests theorized that our songs contained hidden psychometric codes to increase courage. Maybe there is such a thing in other places, but on Fenris, our sagas are spun from memory, from respect, from pride. More than word stringing, a secret weaving. Magic in its marrow. Not to ear or mind speaks the saga. Its spell sounds deeper strike, and the heart hearkens.
Your brothers call you Thunderon.
That is my moniker, yes. My voice knows no fatigue, whether fighting or feasting. I can recite the glorious sagas and terrify foes with my battle cry for hours. Oh, this fine name was given to me by my loyal friends, Arnulf Bloody Axe and Skjaldi Twice Thinker.
Tell me about Arnulf and Skadi.
The bonds between us were many. Arnulf was my sworn brother. It was he whom I faced down in the battle where the chooser of the Valiant noticed me. Arnulf too was deemed worthy. We went from bitter foes to setting aside the enmity between our clans and becoming close friends. He gave me this blade to show that the past was forgotten. Quick to laugh was Arnulf, and fearsome in a fight. Almost as fearsome as me. Skjaldi Twice Thinker. Well, he was sent to us by the Allfather to see that we did not meet our deaths as young pups. He had enough thoughts in that head of his to make do for me and Arnulf both. It was Skjaldi who taught me to compose verses. The spirits prized his wisdom, and the runes hearkened to his voice. When the Xenos took me prisoner, Arnulf caught up with them and slew a score of them with his fine axe. And Skjaldi called down a storm so mighty that the abomination's jet bikes were whipped into the wind's furious currents like leaves. But even that was not enough to take them all. We were captured. Tervantius took Skjaldi first and turned his body into something unthinkable. Then he took Arnulf, and during the many hours of torture, my brother's only response to the freak was disdainful laughter. And then he fell silent.
I'm so sorry for your brothers. They were courageous warriors.
And their sagas will be sung in the Hall of the Immortals, sowing valor in the hearts of the young.
Thank you for your answer.
I enjoy telling stories. What do you want to know?
Yeah, it's leading to the same stuff.
I enjoy telling Fenris you.
Alright, with that out of the way, I was going to do it later, but I figured I may as well do it now. We'll head back to the map. So, I think we're just going to have to jump a few times. Oh, here we go. Are you prepared for this journey? Excellent, we will set course for Salis Prime as soon as we can. Alright, so that's that sorted. Okay, so we want to go from Lapis Mortis over there. Okay. Should be easy enough. Did I click the wrong button? I think I clicked the wrong button. Yeah, I did. Oops. It won't be the first time I've done that, it certainly won't be the last. Are you been summoning to that ship? Check the course to the transmitted coordinates. Yep, and now we have now we have Cassia.
Are you still toiling? They sounded the signal hours ago. You might overstrain yourself at this rate.
I have missed you too, my lady.
Wait. I have something very important to tell you.
Lady Cassia?
The time I have spent with you has been the most cherished time of my life. You have freed me from the shackles of fear and disgust at myself. I no longer look away from the mirror. I am not ashamed of my powers, and I do not intend to hide from the world inside the cocoon I once built around myself. You have shown me the world without pretense, the way it truly is. Cruel, unfathomed, treacherous, and full of the most beautiful things. And I've realized that life is not at all like the books we read. Each one of us writes their own story, as best they can, be it with ink, blood, paint on a canvas, or a blade that cuts the air. And I want, by the resplendent throne, I want to write my story together with you.
We'll write our story together.
Do you promise to love me till the end of our days?
No, of course not. Much longer than that.
Tonight is a special night. Let's make sure we never forget it.
What is this? This is mesmerizing. I can see the colors of your soul just as you can see mine.
That cannot be! Oh, it's all because of me. You have spent too much time with me. I knew my power might hurt you. Does it hurt? Tell me, please. Oh, God, Emperor, what do I do now?
We'll go with option 3. And we'll go option 3 again.
I love you. I feel a flame in your arms. Free to do what I like, how I like.
Alright, that scene is over. Back to avoid travel. So now we got let the cycle be discontinued. Which is like the last 2 that we needed to do, so that it won't. Don't think those 2 will be the last companion quests. I think the Act 3 companions, I want to say, I think they might have. Oh, what's happening here? Yeah, I think the Act 3 companions might have something in the next act.
Shireen, I've been waiting for you. Hurry up, the water is hot, like the fire in a longing heart.
What exactly is going on here?
Oh, we're just having a drink together for the first time. Our second first time, to be precise. You've now seen a whole new side of me, so I'm annulling our previous first time.
Oh, I just sorted out Jay stuff here.
Isn't it divine? Why didn't we do this sooner?
About some MSEC.
Let us praise the Exalted One as we drink. He who sees into the depths of our hearts and sends us that which we never thought to dream of, but which we need more than anything.
How will this evening end?
This evening will never end, Shireen. Night, Amasek, water, and passion will be yours forever.
It seems you dealt with the worries that were troubling you.
I have risen from the ashes of my past, Shireen. I thought a lot about who I used to be and who I've become, and I realized that Jai Hedari is more than just a name. It is the life I've dreamt of since I was a child, the life I've managed to carve out of the cosmos for myself. It used to be a mask, but now it is simply me. And I have nothing to be ashamed of. And it is thanks to you, Sherian. You did not cast me aside, and I have stopped asking myself if I am worthy of you. I am worthy, and I know it.
So who are you now?
I am your beloved. Today, that is enough for me. But tomorrow, we'll see. And then you ordered Mercy to stop seeing me as a little girl who needed him. You might be the first person who's ever done that for me. Who hasn't tried to change me on the pretext of loving me. Who doesn't expect me to conform to the idea of me they've built in their head. And so I've thought about it. I've decided I can't trust you. It's very dangerous, trusting another person with yourself. But somehow I know you won't take advantage of my vulnerability.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce
It
that.
doesn't really happen like that. It's all one long dream, but I refuse to let myself wake up. After this, I have no need for real life.
Alright, so just get out of that all over again. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure Act 3 companions, so Ulfa and our Dark Elder friend, who obviously we murdered, might have something in Act 5. But obviously I can't be certain of that one just because it's been 18 months. Oh god, that was cutscene. It's been 18 months since I did the heretical run, and I had Marazai in that run. But yeah, also didn't do any of his romance stuff anyway. So I didn't really care about his companion stuff. Anrix, what's happening?
The inevitable. A breach. A slip-up. The sorcerous powers have overridden my training and discipline. I snapped. I lashed out and... I killed someone. It was not planned, and I had no good reason. A junior officer came to me with some idiotic issue, and I snapped. I let the powers get the better of me. He didn't even have time to cry out. The breach is ongoing. Warp corruption is pouring off me. I am holding it back as much as I can.
Whom did you kill when?
A junior officer. What stripes was he wearing? I can't remember. It happened an hour ago or thereabouts. I couldn't sleep, so I decided to do something to occupy myself. I went to the place where I'd seen the marks last time. Not myself, no. No matter what move we make, it will lead to people getting hurt. Kamora, Achilles, Emelina, Xavier. What was he hiding on Euphrates? What game was he playing? Unbeknownst to his own acolytes. If I'd paid more attention, had more self-control. But no. I allowed myself to be distracted. I thought that that we wouldn't get in the way of my mission, my work. But instead, I allowed myself to lose focus. You supplanted everything that once fully occupied my mind. Zugzwang. Every subsequent move puts me in an even worse position. Me and the people I'm supposed to protect.
Wake up.
What happened?
You almost killed yourself.
I remember being on the deck. The officer, the breach. And I remember that out of all the places on the ship, I came here, to you. You are incredible. You showed me what the world can be when your heart beats in unison with another's. You saved me from myself. I love you.
Alright, now we'll call the healers.
Just give me a minute. Just let me hold you first.
Give him a nice warm hug so he gets over his icy moment. Alright. Alright, so we want to go here, 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 and we can bump that up to unsafe, I guess. Run a quick save, and in we go. Chat new routes. Get one insight back. Go check out the unknown anomaly. Alright, and I'm guessing this must be Salis Prime. That ship that resembles a mountain. What should we look for once we get to the mountain? Well, the cultists are long gone. What if they stole the relic? Alright, I see. Prepare my shuttle. Alright, so we got everyone we need. We can head down. Alrighty, let's have a look.
I always have a backup plan.
So then, Lawkeeper, has the Earthfather endowed you with great power? Will you march onto the battlefield as before, or be content with the warmth of your chambers?
Considering how few arbitrators are left in the Expanse, it is highly likely there will be enough combat missions for the Marshal to go on.
The strongest of the disciples who survived, you mean? After all, we exterminated the rest of you on every world we found you on. You're doing the Emperor's work, reduce that vile thing to dust.
Always keep your eye on the prize. I always get the job done.
Got something over there. Yeah, chaos weighted items. Don't need. Okay, I can clearly see him over there, so let's have a bit of a look over here first.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
First absolution. Okay, not me. There we go. It's an athletics check.
Was that supposed to be a challenge?
Okay, I have no idea what this is going to accomplish. I see a ladder. Okay, I guess this must be like another way to get around. Oh, I see. By being over this side, it must be easier to shoot those mirror things that we've encountered as early as Act 1. Guessing? Except you're deaf, heretic.
You will beg for mercy,
So we got
but
one
I
lens,
will
two
grant
lens.
none.
You'll make a suitable sacrifice.
The amount of people who have said, and I quote, "We're going to sacrifice you," and have died, should be an indicator of just how little that line actually means. And Brother Ulfa may have to just fight up there with his pistol on 20/20 hindsight. Fine.
Running binaric override.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Me, if you insist, Lord Captain.
Alright, Argenta.
I'll do it. Power resides in the will of the righteous. Pain cleanses the body. Doubt is for the weak.
Do the smart thing first.
I'll do it. As the Imp eradicated. Faith with this is why I was chosen. I'll do it for you, my emperor. As the each strike is a prayer.
And since this is a Genesis quest after all, I'm just going to throw everything into
Faith was eradicated. I'll do it. None
making her the star of this fight anyway.
I am the navigator's might.
After all that, after 2 heroic actions back to back, we're already capped for a third. So run and gun.
I'll take it as a priority. It won't take long. Let's test our skills, Galato.
My turn now. Now, I could just press the I win button. We're not going to though, we're going to do this a bit different.
It's as good as done. I'll make it happen. Don't let your guard down. Who if not me? You never stood a chance.
Probably not as much damage as I could have done. That's fine.
I am ready for whatever comes. I'll see to it personally.
Behead the traitor. You speak as if they tend to go on alone. If I do wish to enter the ship. Go to may you find what you seek. Alright, now I'll just pick up everything. What's this? Chainsword,
Is there money to be made? Just as I planned.
Well, that seems to be everything, so I guess her quest doesn't take very long. It's a little bit of a shame, I guess, but it's fine.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Alright, so we go back to the bridge of our ship. And we just have but one person's left to go. Pascal's. My dog's having fun already this time of night. That's wonderful. 2 days later. So that armor is the 1 star. What did you see inside the ship? Good to have you back. We have many battles ahead of us. Alright. Argenta. The 1-star. So this is her unique power armor that she gets. Its stats are entirely based on your choices for her questline. We went the Fury route, so you can see the Fury stuff. Fire has something else. And, well, the Humility route is something else even in its entirety. So you get 2 power armors and then the other thing. I may do the other thing in my next playthrough just to show it off, because I don't plan to use Argenta anyway, so no harm, no foul if I do it. But we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we cross that bridge, I suppose. Alright, so we'll go talk with Argenta now, to see if she's got any new dialogue after her quest is done. Figured I'd check out them as well. I'll check out Cassia too.
My dear friend,
Rogue trader?
Your pilgrimage is complete. Do you still wish to follow me?
Today I do. But I cannot promise to always be at your side. There is so much evil, hidden and overt, so much corruption and vileness lurking in every corner. I yearn to sweep all of it away, to eradicate it, wherever I find it, whenever I find it, no matter the cost. You are burdened with too many trivial cares, rogue trader. Whereas my road is a straight line that leads inexorably to a single goal.
Okay, that's good to know. So not much conversation with her. So we will now commence our travel to Pascal's questline. Alright, so we can exit this system. Now we must head towards, where is it? System. Down here. So we shall begin our travel back. Oh, hit the run button again. Told you wouldn't be the last time I do it. Alright, so back to our homeworld. Back to here. And 1 travel. Alright. So drop a save. I may make this episode go on a bit longer if we can just knock out both their companion quests. Session to one of the captains. Looks like they're gathering believers that they're discontinuing the cycle. Anything unusual about their ships? Across the landing aboard their vessel. Their safe docking port. What do you know about that ship? Assemble the boarding crew. Alright, so party's all nice and sorted, we can go in. Oh. We'll drop a save. Ideally we get this done in 10 minutes, but if we don't, we don't.
Keep your wits about you. Let us not dawdle.
Have a bit of a look around. Go up here. Guess we'll pick up this. Right, talk to
Sins
you.
hidden in the heart turn all to decay.
Talk to you. A group you tried, we come in peace. Take a closer look at the man. Who are you? Do you believe the world has perished? What do you think destroyed the universe? Is that good or bad? Is that why you call us ghosts? See. What do you make of these people? How do you survive here and what do you do? Who or what is the great entity? You talk to us, your kinfolks do not. Why? Anything unusual lately? What was he like? Was he alone? What is the Chamber of Service? I want to get in there. Who was the Spirit Pref? Divine word, what divine word? What a rust race. How did the faceless ghost get in? You guys is amazingly spot on, Pascal. Take my wave. Go have a chat with this person over here then. Well, look at him. Who is Pref? We have come to plead for Pref's benevolence. Machine speaks the tech police language. Do we even need the old man? Tell him you're the Messiah of discontinuing. Think a show forces in order to show this machine its place. You know the answer yourself, Pascal.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Can you activate him, Pascal? We would like to go up to the observatorium. You know him?
I always have a backup plan. Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Yeah, you talk to Pref.
Keep your wits about you.
Click everything until Pascal unblock the lift. Do it. Now it's time for a fight, I guess.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
There we go. So I guess Cassie's turn first. We'll do that. I'll do this to my character.
If I may.
Over
Step
here.
aside. The navigator is coming.
Yoink everyone together.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
There we go. Do that to my character again.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
And then what do we bring it down on my character?
It's as good as done.
Pop the magic buttons.
Here's my perfect moment. Plan well executed.
There you go. Speed this along, just because we don't want to really linger here, because we're like getting past the hour mark now for this video. So we'll pick up all the items though. Can't pick up the stuff.
Is there money to be made?
All of them. Looks like all of them. Yep. Alright. So go back over here. Drop a save. And then I think I'll actually stop this video here, and we will continue this one and then head straight for Footfall afterwards, so we'll make that into a session. So thank you for watching everyone, and I'll catch you in the next one.